Hello and welcome to our next edition of our C2 Chemical Resources lesson. Today we're going to be looking at alloys, and I will go through our objectives now. So our objectives for today's lesson on alloys are: by the end of this lesson you should understand how metals can be mixed with other elements to improve their properties. So what is an alloy? An alloy is a mixture of a metal with another element. It's quite often another metal. We've got some alloys such as bronze and steel that you may already be aware of. Now what we're going to do today is we're going to have a look at some different types of alloys and what they're used for, and why we make these. Amalgam is used for filling teeth, and it contains mercury. Now if we show you the picture here, you can see that it's made or used for filling teeth because it's nice and soft, and you can mould it into the solid shape that you actually want it. Now brass is a mixture of copper and zinc. Now what it's normally used for is for coins, musical instruments, door handles and door knockers, and we can see a couple of pictures of some here. Now solder is used to join electrical wires. It contains two elements, lead and tin. Now what you can do is you can melt it on to a circuit board, and then it can join up the electrical components. Now a smart alloy is an alloy that can be bent, twisted, but will then return to its original shape when it is heated. It has a shape memory. Now nitinol is a smart alloy that contains nickel and titanium, and it can be used to make glasses so that they can bend and shape and return to their original shape. Okay, now the reason why we use alloys is because they improve the properties of metals. Now here we've got some data on metals. Okay, we've got copper and lead as our metals, and then we've got brass, steel and solder as our alloys in here. Now you need to be able to look at data like this and be able to pick out certain information. For example, which metal would you use as a wire inside a vacuum cleaner cable, which needs to conduct electricity and it needs to be flexible. Now for this you might think copper is a good example because it's not very hard, means it's flexible. You should know as well that copper is a really good electrical conductor. You might also think about why brass is a good use for a suspension bridge cable. So you might be able to pick out the hardness and the strength, okay, as well as the density, but you might also be able to suggest why steel is a better option than brass. Okay, so that was all about alloys, where we've looked at some different alloys such as amalgam, brass and solder. We've also mentioned nitinol, the smart alloy, and we've also looked at a table of data which suggests what properties certain metals and certain alloys have. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.